Hello everyone, Eddie the Magic Monk here, doing some tutorials for making JavaScript games. So if you have done my JavaScript and HTML tutorials, you probably find that it's a bit hard to make games out of that without some other external assistance. So that's why we're going to use Phaser, which is a library of JavaScript objects that you can use to help you make better games. Okay, so the first website that I want you guys to go to is phaser.io, and basically you're going to be visiting this website quite often to get some of the files that you need to make games, as well as some tutorials and example games. So the first thing I want you to do is download the Phaser framework. So if you go to download and then you click on download Phaser from GitHub, so we don't have to know what GitHub is yet. So then basically there are 5 options for you to download. Okay, if you download the zip file, it's gonna come with everything, including the tutorials, including the documentation. Everything is gonna be in a zip file, so I'd suggest you download that. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I guess we can just download the min.js, which is a file that you're going to have to import to your web page if you want to use Phaser. So let's click this file to download it. Now once you have downloaded this file, what I want you to do is save it at the same location as where you're going to make the game. So let's browse to that location right now. So let's say I want to make my game inside this folder on my hard drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder inside this folder called JS. Okay, JS. And I'm going to paste the file that I just downloaded in this folder. So I've just copied and pasted it, and now I have this file here, and basically what this file is a collection of all the extra objects that you can use to make your game. And basically in order to use it, we need to import it into our HTML file, and then everything we type in that HTML file we can then refer to the Phaser library when we are typing in the code. So let's go back up one level to this folder here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to Dreamweaver, and I'm going to create an HTML file within this folder, and I'm going to be typing in some code from that. So let's do it. So I'm sitting in the latest version of Dreamweaver right now, and hopefully you guys have done my tutorial on how to set up Dreamweaver, so you know how to upload files from Dreamweaver onto a web server and so on. If you haven't done that, then I suggest that you go through my setting up Dreamweaver tutorial. So once I'm in Dreamweaver, you can see right now I'm inside the Phaser folder again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click inside this folder, click on new file. Okay, new file, and then I'm going to create this first file called index.html. Okay, and if you double click on this file, okay, you will see that right now it's got some default tags. So to make sure that this is completely beginner friendly, I'm just going to delete everything, and I'm going to explain to you guys how to make the game from scratch. So save it, Control S to save it, and what we want to do now is test that this file is working live. So if you have set up Dreamweaver correctly, you should be able to just press F12 to upload this file. So I'm going to press F12, and you can see that it's uploading this file to my web server, and then it views my file in Google Chrome, and right now it's a blank file. Okay, and what I also want to do is make sure that you upload the phaser.min.js onto your server. So I'm going to upload that to my server as well. Okay, so it's uploading this file. It's taking a bit longer because it's a bigger file, but once it's uploaded, you don't have to upload it again. Okay, so now let's go back to editing index.html. Now, if you guys remember, the basic structure of an HTML file is, firstly, we declare that it's an HTML file. Then we have head and /head, which is the header. So we put things in here that we don't see on the page. And then we have body and /body, and that's where we put things that we see on the page. And then we have /HTML. So that is the basic structure of a web page. Now, where we import the script, where we import phaser happens within the head tag. So to import phaser, all you have to do is in the head section, you're going to type script source src equals quotation mark, and you're just going to actually, there's an easier way in Dreamweaver, is you can simply drag the phaser.min.js file onto your page and it automatically imports it for you. Okay, so this line here is saying that we are importing the script js/phaser.min.js onto this page. So any objects that are defined in this file, we can use it later on in our page. Okay, so that line imports the phaser library. And then to actually use the library, we're going to put it between body and /body. So now we can say script and /script, and anything here we can either use the normal JavaScript code, or we can use phaser now. So to start off with phaser, what we're going to do is we're going to make a variable called game. Okay, and what that means is basically we are creating a new object using the phaser.game function as a model. Okay, so basically we're creating a new game object, and it's going to have a width of 800 pixels, a height of 600 pixels. Then we're going to have phaser.auto, and what that means is it's going to automatically detect whether WebGL is available for rendering. So again, that's technical stuff to do with how the graphics are rendered. We just basically set it to automatic. Then we need an empty parameter here, empty string parameter. Again, we don't need to worry about that. And then what we do is we let phaser know that it's going to run 3 functions. Okay, so we firstly do the preload function, and then the create function, and then the update function. Okay, so what this parameter does is it lets phaser know which 3 functions you're going to call to run this game. Okay, so basically this line of code creates the game object, and it also runs the 3 functions specified here. So the 3 functions: preload. This is a function that's going to be called before the game even starts. It's going to load all your assets into your game. So this function loads assets into your game. Okay, that's what this function does. And then we got the create function, which specifies creating objects for your game. So if you have loaded some pictures into your game, here is where you say, okay, we want a player object that uses that picture, and it's going to be using platform physics and things like that. And you also use the create function to set up your game. So you're going to say things like, we're going to use this background picture, this player is going to be so many pixels wide, things like that. And then we have the update function, which is going to be called every single frame. Okay, so what we're going to do in this function are things like check for collision, input from user, etc. So these are basic three functions that we're gonna use to make our game. But if you press F12 right now to upload your game, okay, onto the web page. So I'm going to press F12 right now, and what you should see is a black screen on your page that is 800 pixels wide, 600 pixels wide. So to make sure that this is working, you can also slightly change this. So instead of 8 by 600, let's try 800 by 800. Okay, and if you refresh the page now, okay, if I refresh the page now, oh sorry, I should upload this. So if you want to upload this in Dreamweaver, you can just press Ctrl Shift U to upload it, or you can press F12, and then if you refresh it in Dreamweaver, see what happens to it. Okay, the black box is now longer, 800 by 800. So that's not very good, so I want to go back to 800 by 600. Press F12 again. And you can see it's back to where it was. Okay, hopefully this tutorial has explained to you guys how to set up your Dream phaser level. Come back for the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you next time.